Hello and welcome to my fairy wing cosplay tutorial. The wings that I am making today are thimbles from Critical Role, but this method can be used for any type of cosplay wings. Let's get started. You will first need wire and pliers. For the wire, I prefer using a 14 or 16 gauge, but you can use something different if you prefer, with basic pliers that have a wire cutter attached. You'll need tape, any kind will do. I prefer duct tape, maybe a measuring tape if you're trying to get this exact, cellophane for the wings themselves, a spray adhesive, scissors, and of course your desired paint colors, plus paintbrushes, but I forgot to grab those. For the structure of the wings to work, you have to bend the wire in one long line. The first bend that you're gonna do is the bend that starts on your back. It doesn't matter what side, but you'll be a small bend. You do the top of the wing, bend it down, bend it back, and then you're gonna finish what the back hook will look like, back up, and then mirror the wing on the other side, bring it back over, and once you get that last hook, then you'll go in with tape and we're gonna secure the wings together. It's a hard process, but once you know what you're doing, it's easy to do, and you're just gonna do the same thing for the top and the bottom wings. Making these wings, I did not measure, I just kind of eyeballed it. So now that the wings are made, I went ahead and measured them, and I've put them here for you guys if you want the same exact sizing. I do think that the sizing I did is very accurate to the character, but you can embellish and change how you see fit for your own cosplay desires. And now it's time to get started with the wire. I like using this 14 gauge because it's pretty easy to manipulate just with my fingers. But again, you can choose any size of wire you want depending on how much you want to struggle. And as I had said before, I did not pre-measure my wings. I had a pair of wings that were a good size, and so I just kind of eyeballed it with those as my reference. The first side of the wing is usually pretty easy to get molded. It's whenever you have to mirror the wing on the other side that it starts to get a little tricky. So I highly recommend sitting in a nice open space, and if you have access to hardwood floor, I recommend doing that as well, just so the wire doesn't get caught on carpet. As you can see, I have the first wing molded, so I'm taping the loose end down. So one, it doesn't get in the way, but also so I can use it as a reference for the other side, which is where the tricky part comes, is I have one side done, so I have to mirror it. And how I'm gonna do that is by trying to bend the wings together so I can mirror it. This is a very rough part of making these wings. You can draw out the wing pattern on paper and then trace it that way. I just like to struggle, so this is how I do it. Again, you can do it an easier way, I'm sure. Once you have bent your wings in half or have made a stencil, which is probably easier to do, it is very simple to get the second wing shaped. All you gotta do is follow the shape that you've already made and you'll have a wing in no time. I do recommend that, especially making these bigger wings, cutting off the excess wire nearing the end just so you're not having to be tethered towards it. But once you do that, again, doing the second side is very simple. It's just a lot of maneuvering and trying to get the line straight and perfect. Once you've got your wings fully bent, you are going to go ahead and tape that second wing down, and the first set is completed. Yay! The next part is just to do the same exact thing with a smaller pair that you'll connect, so you'll have a top and a bottom pair of wings. When working on the smaller pair of wings, it is important to make sure that the back hook is the same size. So you can see here I'm using the first pair that I made as a reference to make sure I am bending the hook in the same spot so it will fit together when they get molded together. And now we have officially made some wing skeletons. Now to add what I call the skin. I really like using cellophane. It's super light. All you need is to add spray adhesive on one side, a little spray on the other side, pop that baby back on, and voila. The only important part of using cellophane is you want to make sure that it is fully suctioned, the edges are fully glued. So for that to happen, all you do is just run your finger around the wire to make sure you're getting all of the air bubbles out, as well as spraying a little extra adhesive at the bottom of the wing before closing it, just to make sure that all sides have been covered. This is also a process that I highly recommend doing on a hardwood floor or a flat surface of some kind. So either on a table or a floor. I say floor because you'll need the extra space, especially if you're doing a larger pair of wings. But if you try and do this on a carpet, you're gonna get a lot of folds in the cellophane. So if you don't have access to a hardwood floor, try and do this process on a table. Once you have your wings fully patted down and any air pockets out of the wings, you will take your scissors and cut right around the edges, and we'll come back and fix those edges later. But for now, we don't need all the excess, so go ahead and just cut it fully off. Once you've got both your wings done, we're gonna go ahead and seal the edges of the cellophane, and it's very easy. You just take a lighter to it. I've also done this with a candle. That works pretty well too. If you use a lighter, I recommend having a few on hand. So once the lighter you're using starts overheating, you can just put it to the side and grab another one so you don't burn your finger, because I have absolutely done that multiple times. Now for painting the pattern on the wings, all I did was print off a picture of Thimble and freehand it. I am hoping to get a stencil made that I can link to this video. If that is something you are interested in, just let me know in the comments and I'll try and get it done sooner rather than later. But for the purpose of this video, I did just freehand it, and you can copy the pattern that I did from the video itself. Since Thimble does have a lot of different green tones on her wings, I did go ahead with a darker green just to add some depth. I don't think it's super necessary if it's something you're not comfortable doing. It did look really nice. Again, it's a personal preference of how you're doing your wings, what you want to add and what you don't. Whether or not you add a second color, you should definitely make sure that you are doing the same pattern on the opposite side of the wing. It's pretty noticeable when you have the sunlight going through the wings that one side's painted and one side is not. Make sure you at least do both sides. It does take a long time for the paint to dry, but it's worth it in the long end, trust me. Once all your paint has dried, the last thing to do is to attach the two wing pairs together. And I do this just by lining them up and wrapping them together in duct tape. One of the perks of using the 14 gauge wire is that it is a softer wire, so I can actually turn my wings up in a flying position or turn them down in a resting position. And that's one of the reasons I like using that gauge. But up to you, and good luck making some fairy wings.